What's good, y'all? What's Number TV Sports? It's our fantasy football, segment of the channel. Today we're gonna do the fantasy football week 1 recap. I'm saying? Shout out to all the winners. Shout out to all the participants in the league. We just getting started. Nice, competitive. Everybody paid up. Everybody starting out in good faith. It's a good look right now. We're gonna get into week 1. All I gotta say before we get started is it took 1 week for Chat GPT to be wrong. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to that. Shout out to all y'all that was saying that.
Only one it wasn't wrong about was they moving funny team.
We're gonna get to it though. So the first game up to bat right here is Batty Bills versus Y Swag team. Now, Batty, you was predicted to go first place, 15-0.
Yeah.
They got to 8th place now. And you had an off week, you only had 122 points. You lost by about 12 points.
I scored the lowest. Why am I 8th? I must have scored the lowest.
Nah, you ain't 10th. 10th is the lowest. You ain't scored the lowest. Marathon continues scored the lowest. But what's your thoughts on your first week, man?
I mean, the person I was playing, like, it looked like, I was winning majority until, like, the Cowboys beat the hell out of the Giants. And, like, you see what I lost by. I lost by 12 points. If we go deep into it, you know what I'm saying, you'll see, my team, like, I got a donut from Dallas Goedert, you know what I'm saying? And that's basically it. But if you really look right here, the Dallas Cowboys Gators got 37 points. Because of the sorry, weak-ass fucking Giants, you know what I'm saying, couldn't score nothing or do anything, that really made me lose. That's the reason why I lost. Even though I had the Jets defense gave me 20. You know what I'm saying? This 17-point difference in the defenses, and I lost by 12.
Did you leave any points on the bench?
Looking at my bench, my bench is not up here. Yeah. No, my bench is not up here.
All right.
But that's just all the players that played. You know what I'm saying? But I lost by 12 points. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you was predicted to get 153. You only got 122. So
it's Dallas Goedert didn't give me nothing, and like the Cowboys did they fucking thing, man. Like the Cowboys did they thing, bro. There's nothing I can say about
it. Any changes you see for yourself? Any changes moving into week 2, or you pretty much like the line?
I made some changes. I definitely have made some. I dropped some players. I put in some bids, for the waiver wire. I don't know if I'm gonna get picked for it, but I dropped some players. I'm trying to add another QB. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, the waiver wire work out for me. But why Swag team is one of G.
You were in the market for another QB.
Nah, I mean Justin Fields. I'm just thinking about, like, I'm gonna play Deshaun Watson next week, but I gotta see how Justin Fields do. But I want to cuff something, like cuff a quarterback, because I think that he might, come to life. So it's somehow in the waiver wire that I tried to get. I'll see if I get him or not.
Is it a time to worry? Is it a time to worry already, or you cool?
Nah, it's only week 1. I'm not worried. Me and you play each other this coming week, anyways.
Yeah, that's a fact. All right.
The battle of so one of us is going to be 0-2, and one of us is going to be 1-1.
That's a fact. So moving along, you got the Marathon Continues versus Tiki Barbers. Now,
Tiki Barber was scheduled to come second.
Tiki Barber was the second-ranked team. He looked good. You know what I'm saying? First, it had he played like 4 players on the Thursday night game, if I'm not mistaken, and it was looking like it wasn't going to be too good of a showing for him. Next thing you know, Tariq Hill goes for 45 points, the highest in the whole fantasy this week, and he pulls out an easy win. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. Holiday was the guy.
Yeah, definitely. And you got to look. Holiday had. The Marathon teams had Aaron Rodgers, and we're Jets fans, so you know what happened after those.
Even with Aaron at 17, give him all 18 points they project him as. that still wasn't enough for him to win.
He got blown out, really. Tiki's Barber was like the Cowboys, and the Marathon Continues was like the Giants.
Yeah. So
he got the largest margin of victory. He beat him by like 36 points. So, like, I'm trying to see where he could have.
He had a donut. One of his players, look, D. London at wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean, so that evens out with Aaron Rodgers.
And then he still had some points he left on the bench too. So, like I said, week 1, even though he didn't have the highest total was the team I faced, but he got a solid team. Me looking from the outside, looking at his roster, seeing how they perform. I know it could change week to week, but I gotta salute him. Right now, he's looking like he got a strong team. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him.
He got 8 points from Derwin James. Max Crosby did him good. He got Max Crosby and Michael Parsons. Like, he got a solid fucking defense. You know what I'm saying? So, and then Devontae Smith gave him 17. Like, I mean, Holiday had, the Marathon team's got some good, decent players. I think
they just ran into a juggernaut that week. That's all.
He's weak at tight end. And Joku, I think, is not all that.
Right now, he's his quarterback. He's going to have to switch that quarterback out.
Yeah,
so
definitely. He already played the waiver wire. I seen that. He dropped Aaron Rodgers already.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Let's move on.
We can show the bench players too. I forgot we can show the bench. This is what they moving funny left on the bench. He had 24 with a running back from Atlanta out. Yeah, that's the backup running back. Yeah, both of them, and you got the starting running back, and you got good points from him. So
he had more than a starting running back. Yeah. He had more than Bijan.
Then he had Ezekiel Elliott. See, like, Marathon Continues started off. This Cooper Kupp is on IR. He got to go to the waiver wire and really do some shit, bro. Like, he got to go on the waiver wire and do some things because, like, he got Cordero Patterson. Like, the Marathon Continues got to play the waiver wire. Cordero Patterson gave him a donut. He got to go.
Well, he's still got Cooper Kupp. He'll be back in due time.
I know, but I think he's gonna cuff Cooper Kupp. He's gonna hold on to him.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think he could drop it because he picked him too early. I don't think he could cut him. So
yeah.
Shout out to Tiki's Barbers. They had a nice showing this week. They also want to know. They moving funny. I mean, the Marathon Continues is 0-1. Let's go to the
That was yours. Bow down.
Bow down and the truth tellers. I took an L. Shout out to Bow down. They got the highest total of the week.
Yeah, Bow down was predicted to finish dead last.
Yeah, it was predicted to go 0-15 or whatever it is. Shout out to them. You understand? They got it done. It's early. But like I said, myself, I feel like if T. Higgins gives me something, he got a good game by Diggs. He got a good game by Diggs. The quarterback, Tua. You understand? Like, I think I got him. We're going to be Kelsey ain't play. You understand? I think I'm waiting for the rematch. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm going to say. I'm waiting for the rematch. But shout out to him. Good win. Especially being that they got predicted to finish dead last. No wins. He already surpassed that prediction. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. Me, myself, I just, T. Higgins gave me a donut. Now, I'm going to go with him again. I'm going to blame it on Burrows not having no training camp. Looking real shaky, a rainy field, slippery ball pause. He didn't even wear gloves. He was actually wearing gloves during that game. He got benched in the third quarter.
Travis Kelce either, bro.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, and he also, T. Higgins had 8 targets. He just didn't get no completions. Even Jamar Chase only had like 30-something yards. So I'm going to give it another go-round.
You left him a little bit on the bench, too, because you had...
Yeah, I had a receiver. Zach, yeah. I had a receiver, Jones. I can move him up. I'm definitely going to do a little switching. You know what I'm saying? I might take that Shoo down and put Pacheco or Jones up for the flex spot. You know what I'm saying? Try to get a little more offense in there. Hopefully Kelsey comes back to play. But shout out to him. Let's see who he had. Basically Tua. Tua was in a shootout.
Yeah, he had a great game. Diggs. All his receivers
yesterday. Even Metcalf caught a touchdown. D. Hopkins, Eric Henry. You understand? He did his thing. Even his defense did decent for him, if I'm not mistaken. Baltimore defense. So, he made it happen, man. Shout out to him. He got that win. You know what I mean? I'm moving forward. I got Batty Bills next round. So it's another tough week ahead of me. Right now, it's like 150-something. They got us projected as. So we're gonna see. At least the good thing about it, one of us will be 1-1. So one of us will be 0-2. You know what I mean? Let's keep it pushing, though.
It's E Just Ease versus Rambo. That's Streets of
Okay.
Wrestling. The E.
Okay, let's click on that.
He was talking, in the live yesterday about how,
He was looking shaky in the beginning too, and he bounced back. I ain't gonna lie. He was
and like
looking
we look
shaky
at
in
the
the
difference between
beginning.
them.
Then he ended up pulling through. So shout out to him. He did his thing. And I think he benched, and I think he left some points out there. If I'm not mistaken.
Donut from Mark Andrews was one of the top tight ends. Eckler gave him 28.4. Deontay Johnson, he got hurt. You know what I'm saying? But
so he did that with a donut too. So
yeah,
let's see if he left anything on the bench though. That's how we really know.
He just ain't have he got Christian Kirk got him 1 point. He had a lot of low point scores.
Yeah, it was ugly for him. Week 1, people working the kinks out. He left a little points out there. He definitely left some points.
Definitely. He had Zay Flowers. He left out there. He had 18.7.
He left a little 8 points from Tyler Higbee. He could have got Higbee in there for the tight end, but it is what it is. Let's see how he goes moving forward. Shout out to these two though. 1-1, 0-1, 1-0. You know what I mean? So a lot of underdogs got it done this week. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
A lot of underdogs pulled it out this week, man.
And
in the last game on the
it's G Source other team. It's either him or his son, one of the two.
Versus TP, right?
Yeah, and they say this was the closest one. TP lost by 6 points or 7 points. So this was the closest one. He had Josh Allen, but he had Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow ain't do shit. He gave him 3. He had Garrett Wilson. Ayuk gave him all the points. Ayuk had 32.9. And then he had Aaron Jones for Green Bay, who had 27.7. So he got a lot of his points. He got down there 60 points from 2 players. Almost.
It's going to be hard to win when your quarterback only gives you 3 points, man. I'm going to keep it real.
And then I'm going to tell you, earlier in the day.
He got 30 from McCaffrey. That was the number 1 pick. That was a great pick.
Yeah. And then he got 16
And they shut him down early. Yeah. McCaffrey. So he probably could have kept
and he got nothing from his defense right here. Boom. 2 of his look, he got 2 donuts and still pulled out the win. And a 1.3. It was basically Ayuk and Aaron Jones that catapulted him to this victory, bro. Let me see what he left on the bench. Now, he had Anthony Richardson on the bench who put 21 points up at quarterback. He left some shit on the bench. So did TP, the Thorough Burrows. Because he had Michael Pittman, 24 points. He left him on the bench.
Yeah. You're always going to have that week to week. You're always going to have some points on the bench. Nobody can predict the future. So it's just about, hopefully you hitting on some of them. But you definitely always going to have a few points left out there on the field for sure.
So now we can go to what the week 2 predictions are so far.
No. Before you do that, go to the waiver wire. See if any moves that we can see if that's possible. Let's see what players been picked up. What if you can? That'll be. Let's see if we can go to that real quick. Is it research or commissioner or something?
Hold on. It might be overview. I need to find moves. Trading list. Transactions.
Yeah, let's see what transaction was made.
All right, so the transactions that was made, the marathon continues to drop Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that's predictable.
Thorough Burrows dropped Khalil Herbert, who was a running back for Chicago. He probably didn't do nothing for him. And Ease dropped Washington defense.
Daniel Jones was dropped.
Now dropped Daniel Jones. He's dropped Jalen Hyatt and picked up Alan Lazard.
Okay.
And then he picked up Jalen Hyatt and dropped Luke Musgrave.
Okay, so he's picking at straws, trying to find some extra
then he picked Luke Musgrave and dropped Jerick McKinnon. Thorough Burrows added Van Jefferson, wide receiver for the Rams. Rambo 3, Streets of Wrestling, picked up Sam Herbert, dropped Nick Ballore. Rambo 3 picked up Joe Emporia, good safety, and dropped Sean Nickerson because his defense was kind of shot. Rambo 3.
That's September 7th. We don't got to go all the way down. That's just the recent ones. All right, not too much going on. So you picked Deion Jackson for Quentin.
That's old. I got rid of him though. I'm getting rid of him.
Okay.
These are the waiver offers, but there ain't no recent trade.
Yeah, okay. All right, we good.